Albert Einstein was arguably one of the most influential scientists of all time. He is best known for his theory of relativity, which revolutionized our understanding of space, time, and gravity. He was also the first person to propose the equivalence of mass and energy, as expressed in his famous equation E equals mc squared. But Einstein's contributions to science were even more extensive, ranging from quantum mechanics to cosmology. In this video, we will explore the life and work of this brilliant scientist, covering everything from his early childhood to his major scientific discoveries. So sit back and get ready to learn about the amazing life of Albert Einstein. Early life and education. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879 in Ulm, Germany. His father was a businessman and his mother was a homemaker. As a child, Einstein was already showing signs of being an inquisitive thinker. He was always asking questions about the world around him, and he never seemed to be satisfied with just accepting things at face value. For example, when he was just 4 years old, he asked his parents why he couldn't push his chair off the floor. When they told him it was because there was gravity, he didn't accept that answer and continued to experiment until he figured it out for himself. This kind of independent thinking would become a hallmark of Einstein's scientific career. Despite being a bright student, Einstein did not enjoy school very much. He found the rote memorization of facts and the strict discipline of the classroom stifling to his creativity. He also had difficulty fitting in with his classmates, which made him feel isolated and unhappy. For example, he struggled to make friends because he had a thick German accent due to his family's non-German heritage. However, despite these challenges, Einstein was able to excel in his studies, and he graduated from high school in 1896. After graduating from high school, Einstein enrolled in the Swiss Federal Polytechnic in Zurich to study physics and mathematics. He excelled in his studies and was particularly interested in the new field of quantum mechanics. However, his time at university was not just about academics. It was also a time for personal growth. He met his first wife, Mileva Maric, who was also a student at the Polytechnic. They got married in 1903 and had 2 sons together. However, not everything was going smoothly for Einstein. Although he was a brilliant student, he was having trouble finding a job. After graduating from university, he applied for several positions but was rejected because he was considered too impractical. For example, he was not interested in pursuing a career in engineering, which was seen as a more practical field at the time. He eventually found a job as a patent clerk in Bern, Switzerland. Although this job was not what Einstein had hoped for, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. While working as a patent clerk, he had the time and freedom to pursue his own research interests. Breakthrough in science. In 1905, while still working as a patent clerk, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers that changed the course of scientific history. These papers covered topics such as the photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, special relativity, and the equivalence of mass and energy. The paper on the photoelectric effect explained how light can behave as both a wave and a particle. This discovery earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. The paper on Brownian motion provided evidence for the existence of atoms, which was still a controversial topic at the time. The 2 papers on special relativity and the equivalence of mass and energy revolutionized our understanding of space, time, and gravity. Special relativity showed that time is not absolute and that it is affected by the observer's frame of reference. The equivalence of mass and energy showed that mass and energy are interchangeable and that they are related by the speed of light squared. These 4 papers established Einstein as one of the leading scientists of his generation and opened up new areas of research in physics. With his reputation established, Einstein was finally able to secure a professorship at the University of Zurich in 1909. He held this position for 3 years before moving to the University of Prague as the director of the Institute for Advanced Study. Later, career and legacy. Einstein's career was marked by many significant achievements. In 1915, he developed his theory of general relativity, which extended his earlier work on special relativity. General relativity explains how gravity works and provides a framework for understanding the behavior of objects with large masses and strong gravitational fields. This theory has been supported by numerous observations and experiments, and it remains the foundation of our understanding of gravity. In the 1920s and 30s, Einstein continued to work on various research topics, including quantum mechanics and unified field theory. However, his later work was often overshadowed by his earlier achievements, and he never won another Nobel Prize. Despite this, Einstein remained a prolific researcher, and his work continued to influence generations of scientists. In 1933, Einstein fled to the United States and settled in Princeton, New Jersey. He spent his remaining years at the Institute for Advanced Study, where he worked on his unified field theory. Although he did not succeed in developing a unified theory, his work laid the foundation for future developments in this area. Throughout his career, Einstein was a vocal advocate for peace and social justice. He was a pacifist, and he spoke out against war and violence on numerous occasions. He was also a supporter of civil rights, and he spoke out against racism and discrimination. Einstein's commitment to social justice was evident in his work with various charities and organizations, including those that supported refugees and victims of war. Personal life. Einstein's personal life was as complex and fascinating as his scientific career. He was married twice and had 2 sons with his first wife, Mileva. However, his marriage was not a happy one, and he had an extramarital affair that resulted in a son out of wedlock. In 1919, Einstein divorced his first wife and married his cousin, Elsa Lowenthal. This marriage was much happier, and Elsa provided Einstein with the emotional support he needed to continue his work during some of the most challenging times of his career. Unfortunately, Elsa died in 1936, just 2 years before Einstein moved to the United States. Throughout his life, Einstein was known for his eccentric behavior and his unconventional views. He was a pacifist and a humanitarian who believed that science should be used to improve the human condition. He was also a very private person who valued his solitude and independence. Despite his fame and the constant attention he received from the public and the media, Einstein was able to maintain a sense of privacy and focus on his work. He was known for his thought experiments, which involved him imagining himself in different situations to explore the implications of his theories. He was also a very visual thinker, and he would often draw diagrams and pictures to help him visualize complex concepts. Death and legacy. Einstein died on April 18, 1955, at the age of 76. He had been suffering from a heart condition for several years, and he died of a ruptured aortic aneurysm. At the time of his death, he was working on a unified field theory, which he never completed. Despite this, his legacy lives on through his numerous scientific achievements and his contributions to our understanding of the universe. Einstein's impact on science is immeasurable. His theories of relativity and his work on quantum mechanics have had a profound impact on our understanding of the universe. He was also a pioneer in the field of cosmology, and his ideas helped to lay the foundation for modern astrophysics. Beyond his scientific achievements, Einstein was a cultural icon who was known for his intelligence, his eccentricity, and his commitment to peace and social justice. He was a man who dared to question the status quo and who was willing to challenge conventional wisdom. He was also a man who was passionate about learning and who believed that education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Albert Einstein was a true genius who changed the world with his scientific discoveries and with his life an example. His legacy will continue to inspire generations to come, and so ends the biography of Albert Einstein. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more informative content. Thanks for watching.